Arcadia Queenie had a peep over the right shoulder, and she's going to blow them away. Galaxy Star draws away from them. Pike Magician.
Welcome to Racing Rewind. Our panel will review the Pine Metropolitan meeting of the week. They will look for the horses to follow, those to forgive, and possibly those to forget. If you have an opinion, send a text to 0427 789 571. 0427 789 571.
Yes, get those texts in on that number, and also get your Sunday Saviours in as well, in by 9 o'clock. Matty French is in the studio to review the meeting yesterday at Belmont Park. A very good morning.
Morning, Marty. Morning, listeners. Great to be here again.
How'd it play out there yesterday?
Oh, it's pretty on pace, I thought, yesterday. Yeah, we had the rail going back to the true position, which was I think we haven't had it since the 24th of August last month. So it was a pretty fresh pad, for lack of a better word, for where we are up to in the season. And last time when we were at this pad, it was a heavy 8 and it raced pretty fair. So I thought going into the meeting yesterday, you could be pretty confident that we're going to be seeing a pretty much of an on-pace base. And it kind of just gets us excited and ready to head back to Ascot, I reckon, in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, almost, well, it's under a month now, isn't it, to October 12th?
October 12th, yes.
From memory.
Yeah, October 12th, opening day at Ascot, will be circled in a few diaries, I reckon.
Always looking forward to that, that is for sure. And what about from the Stipes room?
Stipes room, look, obviously there was a fair bit to say about the unfortunate incident with Crescent City in the 5th, and there'll be a full inquiry into that. Apart from that, there was a few small fines here and there, and I think London's Image in race 2 has to go back to trials, but it was a fairly quiet day, except for obviously the unfortunate incident in race 5.
But first, we better line these up for the meeting out there at Belmont Park yesterday and review them at 26 minutes past 8 o'clock. And race number 1 on the card was the TABtouch West Speed Platinum Handicap. It was over the 1,000 metres.
He's Angelic. Norwich down on the inside. Then Divine Flirt. Out wider on the track. Smoky Mountain's done it tough from Rommel's Angel. And Neil DeLong is on the full. In the straight, though, Oregon Hiker is still under a hold and leads by a length. On the outside, he's Angelic. Norwich is trying to come through nearer the inside. And they look to have it between them from Rommel's Angel and on the full. Inside the 200, Oregon Hiker in front. Norwich is cutting it down. In front, though, Oregon Hiker. Norwich is coming hard. Oregon Hiker clinging on from Norwich and just wins. Oregon Hiker by head to Norwich, a really good first up run, and 3 lengths away. Third was he.
Yeah, it was Oregon Hiker hanging on. Norwich late. I heard Richie ask TC what he thought of Norwich's condition in the mounting yard, and TC thought one run would do it the world of good. So if his eye is accurate, you'd be expecting Norwich to be very close next start.
Absolutely, and I think Norwich will get 1,200 a lot better as well. I think over 1,000 metres, Norwich is 14 starts for 6 placings, so I think he just needed that run yesterday, and I think he'll be certainly a follow out of this meeting. But Oregon Hiker, I thought it was a bit of a rinse and repeat effort from its last start win, was able to lead and dictate from out in the front, and I think that was the difference again. It's moved now from midweek to Saturday, and I honestly thought there was going to be a bit more pressure in this race, but I thought Oregon Hiker got it pretty easy out in front. I thought He's Angelic will smoke him out, or even Norwich, who's gone forward before, Divine Flirt's gone forward before, but he just got it his own way, and it was the start of to see the pattern that developed, where on pace was where you kind of wanted to be for the day. We've touched on nearly all in this race, just in that really brief overview. But I thought Smoky Mountain, I think you'll wait to see them in some fast run outside provincial races. $210,000 I paid for this horse. I think it's been sold on because it was a half to the ill-fated, which I was actually involved in, time to sizzle. So they'll be looking to try and get something out of it. But look, race 1, good start to the day for the West Speed Platinum.
On to race number 2, the Ascot opening day. It is the 12th of October, played again over that 1,000 metres.
Today by Watson, coming around the home turn. Queen of Hawks has got the lead. On the outside, Keep It a Mystery. Sir Dream a Lot put under some pressure, trying to respond. Sesh gets to the outside with Flagship. Inside the 250, Sir Dream a Lot's out to chase down these leaders. Queen of Hawks in front. Keep It a Mystery on the outside. Sir Dream a Lot can't get to them. Keep It a Mystery has raced up and shot to the lead. Sir Dream a Lot is starting to respond now, but Keep It a Mystery in front. Sir Dream a Lot's coming late. Keep It a Mystery just in front and got home from Sir Dream Dream a Lot. Red Autumn came from last to run third.
It was. Keep it a mystery. Luke Fernie had some very positive words about this horse after the race. Beats the Dream a Lot and Red Autumn back in third, with Queen of Hawks not far away in fourth.
He certainly did. It was nearly a warning to his competitors as well. He nearly wanted to trial this horse because he thought it was a bit underdone for the day, but he's gone around and he's able to breeze and beaten a horse in Sir Dream a Lot who's got some serious credentials on the board. And even going into this race, we had Queen of Hawks, who I think opened $2 favourite out of a very impressive 5-length trial win, and Red Autumn, who was well thought of on debut in Northam, I think it was Northam, sorry, and was what drifted in the market and was a huge run with the blinkers attached yesterday into third. So I think this is a really good race of what we can start to expect moving forward into the Ascot Carnival. I think Keep It a Mystery, from the sound of it, will be heading towards the Placid Arc if all things go well. And as well, I think it probably improved better on top of the ground yesterday. Sir Dream a Lot was the horse I was excited to see yesterday. I think it needed the run there. I think 1,000 metres is probably just a tad short of its best run. I think we'll see it a little bit further, and I'd be shocked to see him if we don't see him come out in a few weeks' time on a hard, fast Ascot deck, and I'll be very excited to see him go round.
Yes, some of the quotes there from Luke Fernie included he thought the horse was left in front too far out from home. 1,200 metres will be no problems. Still has a winter coat, plenty of improvement to come. And as you rightly said, they were tossing up and used the race effectively as a trial. And they got the money. So well done. And there's another horse in the Luke Fernie yard that's got a lot of potential. He's lining some very good 3- and 4-year-olds up, isn't he?
He is, again. We saw it last year as well, coming through this time of year, and I think the Fernie Express will be continuing to roll them out. The only other horse the horse I did mention before was Red Autumn, and I know he ran into third, but he was nearly a similar time in the last 600 that we saw in the race to come in under influencing. So I think it was a seriously eye-catching run, and one where in the start of the day where it was hard to make ground. I think we can certainly follow moving out of that race. It's still a maiden and eligible for much easier racing than what it showed yesterday.
Okay, trained by Dion there, Red Autumn by Foxweeds. Race number 3, the Key Clean Handicap. This was over the 1,000 metres.
Living leading the way on the outside. 8 No Other Man is going to try and grind him into the grass here. 2 lengths to Capital Flight Wednesday, and Under Influence about to tack on at the 350. Sinful Living being nursed has got the lead. On the outside, 8 No Other Man is quickly coming after Sinful Living, but Sinful Living just in front. 8 No Other Man's trying his heart out on the outside. They've got clear from Capital Flight. Sinful Living in front though. He's run them ragged. Sinful Living clear from 8 No Other Man. Under Influence absolutely rocketing late, but Sinful Living races home to win brilliantly by 2.5. Under Influence.
Yeah, Quinella there for Dan and Ben Pearce, with Under Influence running into second position. Sinful Living by Safeguard gets the money there for Will Pike.
Just too fast and too quick for them. It was simple as that. I think it was aided by the pattern of the day, and also, you know, the old up in grade, fall in weights was probably played as a key part of her chances yesterday, I thought, Marty, and was able to hold off a very fast finishing Under Influencing, who just could not pick up its legs in the first 200 metres. It was just struggling to stay on to catch them up, and when Chris balanced it up at the top of the straight, it wasn't even until like the last 150 metres where we really saw some serious ground being made. And look, there was a bit made, I think, about Chris switching from Sinful Living yesterday to Under Influencing, but I know he's gone down by 2, but I think he's probably one of the few horses to make some serious ground in the first 7 races out there yesterday. And I think Chris was pretty excited about the challenge he gave himself as well. So look, I'm sure he'll be upset he didn't get the win, but I think the way that the race shaped and how well his horse finished off, I think there was justification for him to be moving on to Under Influence. Ain't No Other Man sat in the breeze yesterday. I think there was some serious support for him as well. I thought it was mapped to get in the breeze all day and faded a little bit. And I thought Capital Flight was the map horse of the race with some of the scratchings that came out. Got the perfect sit, but just couldn't pick up with the speed engaged, I thought.
He's had 10 runs this campaign Under Influence. Goes back to June. They haven't missed him. He had 4 runs in August. So he's certainly holding his form.
Yep, absolutely. And last start was, I think it was 4th in 2 weeks ago, I think it was. So, he's certainly going all right and able to keep up with the work.
Well done to Magumba Park there with that Saturday City winner with Sinful Living for Safeguard.
Would have been an easy watch for the Pierce brothers, I'd imagine.
Well, you could hear a bit of noise. The owners were very happy.
Yes, the all ladies horse Sinful Living.
Exactly.
Yeah, they gave Chris a bit of a clip after in the post race as well.
Be careful, be gracious in when you win.
Sin when you're winning, as they say.
Race number 4, Perth Racing, now hiring Carnival staff handicap. It is over the 1,400 metres.
Just lost a bit of ground on the inside. Other One Son taken out wider as a corner with Wango Award out deeper and Son of a God struggling at the back. Excel Train skip right away, led by 2 lengths. Corn Cob Desert Nymph is starting to pierce its way through near the inside, finishing very strongly indeed. Desert Nymph has raced to Excel Train. Wango Award is on the outside. Desert Nymph hitting the front though from Excel Train. Wango Award the outside, but Desert Nymph comes clear, and Desert Nymph a beautiful ride. Desert Nymph has won from Wango Award. Excel Train third, and fourth in was Lord Gannicus.
Yeah, Lucy just riding so well at the moment. So Desert Nymph beats Wango Award, Excel Train, Lord Gannicus. Other One Son back in fourth. There's only 2.8 lengths between those 5. Your thoughts on this race as a form race going forward?
Look, unsure is the one-word answer, because I think yesterday Lucy was gave Desert Nymph an absolute 10 out of 10. I thought it was a perfect ride, and she was just able to get the right flow into the race. She knew she wasn't going to be able to push William out on his mount, so she didn't force the issue. She was able to go back onto the inside where it was playing really well, and she was just able to get off heels when she needed to. I thought Desert Nymph's win yesterday was, I know it's easy to say, but like its best win so far this campaign. It was going for 4 in a row before last start when Chris just he got too far back on it, unfortunately, and then it was and sectionally it was outstanding run. He just couldn't make up that ground, and I think Wango Award yesterday as well. She's going super. I think there was some speak about her going to the breeding barn, not too distant future, but Chris gave her. CJP gave her a peach last start to win, and yesterday I think if you swap the runs between Desert Nymph and Wango Award, you probably get a different outcome in that race. I thought Wango Award was huge. The acceleration that she has is just electric. Excel Train, I thought it was the map and pattern horse that we saw yesterday, went around nearly double figures and improved back on top of the ground. And I think that's something that we need to keep seeing now as well, Marty. Those horses who have been going through the Belmont soft tracks that are now getting back on top of the ground, there's a bit of value out there if you can identify those that are going to improve. The other horse we need to quickly touch on is Other One Son, who I think was potentially Hannon's bound if he ran well yesterday. I don't know what the camp do with him. I thought he was a little plain. If Wango Award hadn't gone past him, you could nearly say the track got him yesterday. But I thought Wango gave him a bit of a touch up, and based on that, I just don't know. I like the horse. I like how he's come back after such a long layoff. But it'll be interesting to see what the camp do.
About to take a break here on Racing Rewind. When we come back, S.J. Miller will be a special guest after Rokanori's win.
Hasn't he had a big week?
Oh, has he ever? Oh. Has he ever? Now, Shah 10 racing today too. Big 10 event card. It gets underway at 1 o'clock. The last are at 6 o'clock. We had Tom Wood on drive on Friday. These were his bets. So if you want to write them down, if you're playing Hong Kong today, race 5, number 2, Cheval Valiant. Race 8, number 7, Mastermind. Race 4, number 8, Etalon. So 5, 2, 8, 7, 4, 8. And he said a couple of shorties in the last 2. Race 9, number 1, Wunderbar. He thinks this could be a really good horse, one to latch onto and keep following on the way through. And race 10, co-partner Prance. They were just a couple of others. But his main bets are race 5, number 2, race 8, number 7, and race 4, number 8. And don't forget, they are racing at 2J today as well, 2J Cup, which is race number 7. Not going out? Not going out, but I'll tell you what, I did the form for the race. What a crack. They haven't raced at 2J since 2021. And to put that in perspective, Boy Hill was riding back then at 2J Cup day. Yeah. It'll be a good day out there. Looking forward to it. If you've done the form on the Cup, we'll run through that a little bit later on towards the end of the program and get your tips. Time for a break, though. You are listening to Racing Rewind on Tab Radio Racing and Sport.
by half. River Rubicon edging closer. 2 lengths to Holy and Chapman. And then Crescent City the inside. Vast Start is still 5 off the leader as it looks for a run. And then came Captain Chaos. In front, Rokanori. River Rubicon is edging away on the outside. It's Rokanori in front of River Rubicon. He always is late, but Rokanori does it all the way. It's been a real leader's day. And Rokanori has won from River Rubicon, He Always and Captain Chaos.
Well, there it is, the TABtouch Stakes over that 1,600 metres. Rokanori gets the money. S.J. Miller has had some sort of a week. He joins us on the Racing Rewind. Hi, S. How are you?
Yeah, morning, boys. How you going?
Well, what have you done here? How have you turned this horse around in the space of a couple of... What have you done here?
I haven't done anything clever, I know that much.
Well, it's got beat 9 lengths last start. You've done something right.
Yeah, look, his first up run, I expected him to, to run in the top 5 or 6, I sort of had him on a path to go to Kalgoorlie, and he got caught wide, but he didn't run on, and it was pretty average, and I was very disappointed in the run, and I come home and I worked him on Monday and I couldn't work out why he went so bad. And, I thought, well, you can't take him to Cal on that run, and this was the only race to put him in to get a guide where he was, and thought, well, if he ran a place in that, well, he's worthy of taking to Cal because all the owners sort of wanted him to go to Cal. And obviously he had a pretty easy run in front and showed what he can do. He's, I got him from Grant and Alana, and they're sort of still in him, and they said that he's a nice horse, but it's when he wants to gallop, he'll gallop, and when he doesn't, he doesn't. So I took him to the beach on Wednesday and just worked him normal, and he's sort of come out and run a top race.
SJ, congratulations on the win yesterday. So based on that, and you're thinking potentially Kalgoorlie the start prior before finishing 9 off him, do you reevaluate now? Is that where you move down and go, thinking maybe you can take him for a trip, or have you thought that far forward yet?
Yeah, no, he'll definitely go. He'll definitely go now, and that's always been the plan. I sort of give him a good foundation leading up to it, and he. As I said, I was disappointed with the first run, and he sort of bounced back pretty quick. So hopefully he can do the same his next start.
Don't mind if you just mind us touching on some of your runners you've had this week, SJ. You've had an absolutely outstanding couple of days. If I just run through here, Missile Storm, Campfire Jack, Bellini Miss. Seems to be when the money comes for your horses, they don't miss that often, and you've had an absolutely red-hot week. Has there been something happening down in your stable, or have you just got everything moving along nicely at the moment? Because we have ups and downs in this industry, and I think we should celebrate the ups when you've had them, and your stable is just motoring along very nicely.
Yeah, I think it's, the horses have been in the right races. It's been a freak week, but, you get bad weeks too, so you sort of got to take the good with the bad, especially in this game, But, yeah, look, all the horses are well. Their coats are starting to come through, coming into spring, and, I think the main thing is, they've been ridden right, and they're fit horses going to the races, so...
I see you've got Missile Storm nominated for the 26th coming up. That form seems to be holding up well, and I thought it was a really good win this week. Is there plans to keep him over there at Northam?
Yeah, well, he's run well at Northam before, so and he's pulled up a treat after Wednesday, so can't see any reason why he can't go around.
Now, you stole Bellini Miss off poor old Uncle Lynn's. She's going to win. She'll win a few races here. Don't worry about that. She's got good ability. You must have been happy with that win.
Very happy with it. Yeah. I actually seen her over there when I was over in May, and had a chat to him about it. And he said, "It'll be on line sale shortly." And I just thought, bringing her over here in a different environment to where she was in Warrnambool, and he said the same thing. You know, he said, look, she'll just suit you and, you know, get into it. So a couple of the owners from Melbourne stayed in her, and I've got a couple of good friends in her over here, and I think she will do a good job.
Mm-hmm. And Campfire Jack, I want to talk to you about this horse. I know a lot of people say, oh, what is he, 1 for 20, but you've just got hold of him. That was an outstanding win in the Stayers race. It was only a maiden, 2100. But I could gather from your post-race interview, you think there's more wins in store for him.
Yeah, an old mate of mine up in Broome, I went up for a couple of days just to have a rest, and he had him in the stable. And he, you know, he's a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
You know, and he had him in a 1400 this day, and I said to him, just put it in at 2,000 metres, and I had something on it its next start, and it was a huge run. It just got beaten, and it was in an 1800.
Yep. And
then its last start up there, it got hemmed in on the fence and never got a crack. So he sent it down, and he's not a bad horse, I think, you know, and especially over a trip, he'll be a pretty good horse.
Just a quick word, SJ. I think Whole Enchantment yesterday slightly disappointed with the run. Was that a pre-Melbourne test trip for him, or what's the plan now?
Plans up in the air. He went like Rokanori went first up, and I've given him a pretty good foundation, the horses, but I think I might have, you know, taken a bit of sting out of their legs, working them in the sand, and he went like as Brad said, he went like a 2,000 metre horse, and I thought he was going to be sharp enough for the mile, and I actually had something on him. So, I'm sort of in a quandary what to do now with him. I can't take him to Melbourne on that run, and I've got to try to find a race to put him in. Now, whether it's the Kalgoorlie Cup or what, I haven't worked it out yet. But you know, he won't. You know, I probably won't be going if things don't change. You know, so
okay.
I'm not going to Melbourne just to go to Melbourne.
No. What race in Kalgoorlie for Rokanori?
Yeah, he'll go in the Hannans.
Hannans, I thought so. Yeah, back to the 1400. Yep. All right, well done, S. Keep it up. Yeah, Legion of fans have got fat wallets at the moment.
And they're growing.
Yeah, I hope they give me something.
Greed is good, isn't it?
Okay.
See you, S.
Thanks.
He's a beauty. S.J. Miller, let's keep it rolling.
The fifth.
Oh, sorry, did we not? Sorry, yeah, we got to do that first.
Had to quickly go over the fifth.
Take your time.
With Rokanori winning that. Obviously, first and foremost, we're sad to see Crescent City go down yesterday, and there'll be a full review by that with Grant Alana assisting stewards in their inquiries. I think it kind of changed the race obviously changed the race significantly at the 350, 200 metre mark. With that, I think Vastart's the talking point in this race. I thought he was that was his race yesterday. I'm not too sure what happened. I think he seems to be a better horse on top of the ground, so I didn't think he had that excuse yesterday. And look, I'm not too sure. My only thinking is that he didn't like being pinged up alongside on the rail. I went back through his runs, and he's only gone in between horses once in about the last 15 starts without getting that momentum down the outside. And even that one time, he wasn't on the rail. So I'm thinking he's a better horse ridden wide down the outside, free-flowing, and he just probably didn't get that yesterday. So I will be forgiving of Vastart. I know he was very popular on course. And the other horse I wanted to touch on was E Always, who's had 5 consecutive fifth-placed finishes up until yesterday. And I can't say that he's flying, but he's been a length to Saloon Bar, 1.5 to Wango, 2 lengths to In Good Order, and 3 lengths to Triple J. Okay,
there was money for Captain Chaos popped up in our big bets. What did you make of its run?
Just so-so.
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 Okay.
I don't want to say plain, but just so-so. I thought I I couldn't have him yesterday, and I thought he ran just accordingly, just okay. Nothing really to add.
Race 6, the Kev Fitzgerald's 50th birthday handicap over the 2,200 metres.
Up and taken the lead from Royal Gap on the inside. Hemlock Stone and I Love Your Smile. They're both closing in nicely. Inside the 250, it's Hemlock Stone and I Love Your Smile. But Hemlock Stone got clear by 2 lengths. I Love Your Smile keeps coming, but Hemlock Stone is clear. Hemlock Stone from I Love Your Smile, Dart Looks and Red Dwarf, and Hemlock Stone the favourite. Too good. Hemlock Stone won by 2 lengths to I Love Your Smile. 3.5 away.
Have listen to that crowd in the background. All of those Peter Morley syndicate members getting the money. Good win, Hemlock Stone. Tell us about it.
Yeah, and quickly, it was a good day for the big syndicates out there yesterday. We had the all-ladies horse, we had this horse, and then I think Simon Miller's in the last as well, with the Smash Repair brothers. There was a lot of big ownership groups out there yesterday, which is just fantastic for racing. Race 6 yesterday, Hemlock Stone, I thought he put the writing on the wall last start, and I was very confident he would be a very good stayer yesterday. I thought it was an easier setup for him than the start he faced yesterday, than the field he faced yesterday. I thought he hit the line very nicely, and I think he held off a really progressive horse in I Love You a Smile as well. I think the only difference, which Richie summed up nicely, was the difference in race fitness. The I Love You Smile was a mile to 2,200 metres. On the old 7-day Justin Warwick backup, I think he'll be much improved for that. He'll be a big follower of mine coming out of that race. And Hemlock Stone, you hear the post-race interview afterwards. I think they're going to be aiming for the stars for this horse and see where they can get through into the spring and the summer with him moving forward. So I think they want to try and see how well he can go up in the staying ranks. And after yesterday, why not?
Okay, Peter has Zaza Rock, very confident about it winning the 2J Cup. We'll look and have a deep dive on that a little later on as well. Anything else to report there on race number 6?
Dark Looks, Red Dwarf. Thought they got caught up between some tying runners, ran 3rd, 4th. Burnbrae, I thought she was disappointing yesterday. Not
Surely
sure
that's
why.
enough, isn't it?
You'd think that might be end of prep run. And I thought Il Giro del Mondo, available for much easier, because he's only got his maiden win 4 runs back, and I thought it got home quite nicely amongst some good horses there.
Okay, on to race number 7. Download the 7+ app today handicap.
Grand Reserve is giving chase, and then Soldanel. Some of these are off the bit. Further back, Famous Dane, who gets to the outside now. In the straight, 300 to go. Great Fortune going strongly. Leads by 2 1/4. Soldanel's getting up on the inside of Grand Reserve. Famous Dane is just battling on at the moment. And then came Border Force, but Great Fortune is a mile out in front. It's about 4 clear. Holding down second for the moment is Grand Reserve. Getting busy late, Famous Dane, and also Border Force. But Great Fortune's absolutely bolted home. Won by 5 lengths. Second home, Grand Reserve. Third, the outside Border
Well,
Force.
you talk about a horse in peak form at the moment. A double for my admiration, 2 on the day. Great Fortune gets the money. And we said on Straight Up Harrow, he's starting to waking up from his winter slumber and he's dusting off the spring dust. He's got this horse absolutely flying.
Absolutely flying at the minute. I reckon this was win of the day. It was won by 5, and there's just something, I don't know, captivating or mesmerising about about a grey out in front, and normally when they're that far out in front as well, you know, sometimes jockeys will hold up on them or not test them all out. But William was
letting it run,
absolutely letting him run, throwing a kitchen sink at him, making sure he hit the line strongly. It was just fantastic to see. And I think everyone kind of gets around a grey as well, so I think you could hear the crowd flying. I thought it was excellent for racing and excellent for this horse as well, who was absolutely huge at the start before at Bunbury. It was three deep, no cover, and still won. I thought it was one of the all-time great stitch-ups in the post-race interviews yesterday. Scotty Embry was very keen to find out if he can run further, and he asked Harrow, and he said, I'll ask Pike, and then he asked Pike, and he said, I'll talk to Harrow, he's the one that trains it, so we still don't know. But, I mean, as William said, if a horse wins by 5 over a mile, you probably have to say, let's find out if he can run a bit further. I've had a look in the programming, and look, there's a 1 Metro win over 1,800 metres in 3 weeks' time.
Perfect for it.
Perfect for it at Ascot opening day would be absolutely perfect, or even a 66, 2,200 metre staying race to see if they can get it in, and he'll be on the minimum again. So there are options for this horse, and I think Dave Harrison's going to have some thinking to do. And I mean, look, if you wanted to take him to Kalgoorlie Cup Day 66 plus, there's a mile there as well for him. So options are abound.
He's sounding a bit like Lockie Taylor here. He won't like this. He can't go pitching his position as the programmer to the stars.
I'll tell you what, I won't be stealing Lockie's position on programming to the stars whatsoever. Border Force was the other horse I wanted to mention in this.
Big run, the Territories horse. Wow.
Yeah, big run. Back on top of the ground yesterday. Endured a hard run. It was very much like Great Fortune's run last start, I thought, where he was three wide, no cover throughout, and back in the field. He had no horse to tow him up. And, yeah, no, look, he's a definite follow for me. And the big question mark out of the race was Soldanel. I thought, I don't know if Steph Fahala, and no disrespect to Steph, knows anything about this horse. I don't think anyone knows about this horse. I think he's trying to figure her out. And I think every time he tries something with her, he just ends up with more question marks.
Yeah, and also the run of Grand Reserve, I think that horse must be just about ready for a step up too. Looks a bit one-pacey, trying to chase. He's doing all the chasing. It was all the hard work behind Great Fortune and held on well.
Yeah, I had one pace next to Grand Reserve.
Yep. Race number 8, the Morley Groves Market handicap. It's over the 1,600 metres.
Classic Rogue being niggled at. In good order, travelled up nicely in 5th place in the centre. Simply's pushed along by Pike, but making ground out wide. Yelling up Girl under pressure. And then Ace Command in Civvy Street. Mountain Ash has got the lead. Classic Rogue got an inside run. Manhattan Strip, here's In Good Order. Coming down the outside, Simply is really struggling. In Good Order has swept up and dashed to the lead. Classic Rogue the inside. Simply winds up now with Manavendra, but it's all In Good Order. And Parnham sends it home. In Good Order has won from a photo finish. Classic Rogue or Simply on the...
Okay, In Good Order. Well, the stable certainly is in good order, and so is this horse for Morton and Parnham. Simply running into second. Looks like I'd step it up for mine, and then Classic Rogue was back in third.
Start Prior had written down next to Simply wants further, and they put him at the mile again yesterday, and I think you're right, he just needs further. There's a 66 that I just mentioned in 3 weeks' time.
Hey.
I reckon he'll be there. Sorry, Lockie.
Lockie said he in Texas. Stop that, man.
The Parnham Morton Express just rolls on in good order, given a peach, presented perfectly, and I think Chris really got into his work knowing he had field position on Simply yesterday. That combination is just absolutely flying at the moment. I think he's going at nearly 48%, that combo this season. So, wow. Geez, you just back them and they just win. Classic Rogue racing well, but I think he's caught between grades at the moment. He had carried weight yesterday, every chance, but he's just running into some good progressive horses. And look, those are the three I really wanted to touch upon. In the last, the all WA races live and free on 7+ over the 1,200 metres. Sweet Tea, and he's got wings around the turn, 4:50 to go. Leading Taddy in front of the Great Kahoya, and King of Key gets up on the inside from Influencing. Mean Machine at Elite One is down the outside, and then I'm Eugene inside the 250, and Pike says go on King of Key. That raced up and hit the front, but Influencing has joined in, and here's Elite One and Mean Machine as well. Elite One is thundering after Influencing. Elite One finishing brilliantly, takes the lead, and he goes home to win. A brilliant win by Elite One. That's 2 in a row, and beat home Influencing and Mean Machine. Yes, for the Zito brothers and plenty of others involved with Elite One. Makes it 2 in a row with a good win. Yeah, full credit to the horse. I thought it beat some progressive horses there yesterday, Marty, with King of Keed, Mean Machine and Influencing. Was just able to nail down Influencing in the last stride and deny Tash Faithful a well-deserved City Metro winner on a Saturday. I thought Mean Machine had his chance in this race, but I also heard Chris speak to Scotty about it yesterday, saying he hasn't really put it all together yet, and he's still racing well. So I reckon he just needs to kind of mature a little bit, and then when the penny drops, he's going to be a Mean Machine. Okay. What about runners to follow, and then your tips for the 2J Cup, sponsored by TABtouch? Runners to follow. I think we can follow Border Force out of the 7th there yesterday. I think we can follow Norwich out of the 1st. I want to follow Red Autumn moving forward as well from race 3. And I think Hemlock Stone and I Love Your Smile, the 2 stayers from race 6, some ones that we can follow as well. Beautifully done. TABtouch 2J Cup. 2J Cup. I tell you what, busy day, busy weekend for racing. 2J Cup, I think Zaza Rock hard to beat, but at $2.90 I'll be shopping elsewhere. And I think the Indiana Weinhardt horse in Where's My Lunch, Barrier 2, Cassie Martin, I think it goes around $16 today. And I think if they can just position it up a little closer, I know it gets slow away, but on that track, which is very York-like in how it's constructed, and there's nothing wrong with the fence last time they raced there. I think if they can push that horse forward a pair or two closer and get moving early, I think its runs in town have been pretty adequate and without much luck. So at $16, and if they're listening, I hope they put it into the race, because I don't think they win it coming from last down at TJ. Thanks, Matty. Thanks for coming in today, Matty French. Also, thanks to Sophie Stonelayer Ernest to take us through the morning into the afternoon. All the best of the 2J Race Club, the Calgary Boulder Race Club with the Boulder Cups,
sponsored by Blue Spec Drilling and also the Calabarin Trotting Club. It's all happening in WA today. Have a great day.